There's a storm gathering.
Wow, that sounds really dark and ominous. Almost as dark as your roots.
The clouds are dark, and the winds are strong.
And your tie is hideous. And the need for rubber boots just increased 25% with your sentence alone.
And I am afraid.
Why should you be afraid? Does everything look scary to you? Maybe you should have those prescriptions checked. Good God, do you have the ability to see who's an alien and who's not through those things? Is that guy behind you an alien? He looks like one. How can you be afraid if your God is almighty? Aren't you people supposed to rejoice when you're supposedly persecuted? I guess one of these days we should actually start persecuting you, like you're always accusing us of. Yet we won't, because if you say the slightest thing, you Christian nitwits whine like little bitches. You know, your heroes are, they faced fiery furnaces and lions with their faith, and you people can't even handle seeing two men kiss.
Some who advocate for same-sex marriage have taken the issue far beyond same-sex couples.
How? By having our rights go beyond just being able to screw or having marriage? There's more than one way to discriminate than at the pulpit of a church. We're not just walking genitals. We're whole people. We go far beyond just cocksucking and snatch gargling. So how do we go beyond same-sex couples? That makes you cry. Three-ways? Harems? A gay Utah? Or a gay Branch Davidian Waco multi-marriage cult? We've got a long way beyond just couplehood to catch up to the fucked up level of you straight people. You realize that, right?
They want to bring the issue into my life.
Don't flatter yourself. You're a rather cute daddy bear and all, but seriously, there's already about a few 100,000 squealy bottoms who look just like you and won't whine when I pound them like a screen door in a storm.
My freedom will be taken away.
Your what will be what now? The only freedom damaged by anti-LGBT discrimination laws is the freedom to discriminate. But that gives freedom to everyone. If gays and lesbians, transgendered and bisexuals, and all gender different people than you living freely as equals in this society takes your freedom away, then the freedom you take for granted is your freedom to walk down the street and live in some blissfully ignorant bubble, thinking that people other than you who think, live, have sex, love, have a family different than you would, and let's be honest, people who would actually know how to make a painfully plain blouse like that work in a wardrobe, that those people you hate exist and share the streets with you and won't just roll over and pretend not to exist just to make your oversensitive, horse-faced self happy. Because you can't get over yourself for a moment to realize the whole goddamn world doesn't revolve around you and your ridiculous cult-fed, brainwashed notion of how everyone should live. Because, honey, that's not freedom you're experiencing. That's a high horse. I think you'd know a little bit about high horses since you look like you're high and you have the face of a horse.
I'm a California doctor who must choose between my faith and my job.
What do you do anyway? Are you one of those doctors that like to tell kids who think that they're gay that they should go back to shock treatment? You look like some kind of Greek tragedy actor all dressed in black like that, or like you're some kind of interpretive dancer. But with a figure like that, tells me the only thing you could really interpret is where the snack bar is. You get like one of those cult members from Eyes Wide Shut. Where's your mask? I'll bet you're here to interpretively dance for the National Organization of Marriage because its initials spell NOM, because that's all you can do is eat. Nom, 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 nom. What's the matter, honey? Did they make you do something on your job that goes against your almighty invisible friend's commands? Wah. You had to make difficult job choices. You know how many gay people have lost their job, their homes, even their lives, if they so much as pronounce the truth about themselves? Like, is still the policy in the military? I mean, really, wah. Oh, wait, you idiots are just actors. Look at that. For stories you claim really happen. Okay, if they happen, why couldn't you get the real people that they happen to? I think you're making all this shit up. Not only can you not tell real stories, but you can't even get the real people, or even get anybody better than Horseface and Lunchbox here.
I'm part of a New Jersey church group punished by the government because we can't support same-sex marriage.
You can't or you won't? Yes, you can. You just choose not to because of that stick that's apparently up your ass to make you stand like that. You have any idea how many people who still believe in some form of spirituality were also smart enough to throw out the part of their faith that makes them phobic assholes like you? You're not even really punished for not supporting same-sex marriage any more than I'm punished for not supporting your little feet-washing, snake-handling, cousin-humping lifestyle as a redneck Michael Richards look-alike who can't even pick out a shirt that doesn't help show what a freakishly elongated thalidomide baby you look like. You'd be punished for not supporting interracial marriage, like hardcore Christians once argued. You realize that, right? Because that's what protection for all men equally, all life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is.
I'm a Massachusetts parent, helplessly watching public schools teach my son that gay marriage is okay.
What's this okay thing? Like the world revolves around your permission? Honey, it's not okay. It's great. Unlike the marriage you clearly have. I mean, seriously. You just got this holy shit, I could straddle the nearest willing participant who won't tell my husband look about you. I could tell you haven't had a good stiff one in you from someone who knows what they're doing since probably the time you got married to that magic underwear wearing buffoon. And the last time you did have a happy squish moment was probably on one of those Girl Scout retreats, am I right? But look, when you're married to someone of the same sex, you don't have that problem because you're both the same gender. You'll know how to actually please her and she you rather than it be some fucked up stab in the dark from someone who has no idea what your genitals want. Like a scientist trying to figure out where an alien life form's flatulence comes out. It's not just okay. It's the orgasm that your face says you're screaming for.
But some who advocate for same-sex marriage have not been content with same-sex couples living as they wish.
What the what does it even mean, you smarmy little hoe bag? You straight people are all the time bitching about how each other lives. Just watch one of the 10-minute segment of those reality housewife shows and tell me I'm wrong. You always keeping up with the Joneses, competing over who's got the better yard, putting their kids in pageants dressed up as sluts like you're proud of that shit. A little spat between some gays hardly proves anything. This is the stupidest attempt of an argument I've heard from you people yet. I'm not content with how my lesbian couples live down the road because I don't like Snatch. But that's okay. They do. Even my dar's going off right now showing me that you also do. Look at that chin and the muscles in those cheeks. You don't develop facial muscles like that by singing in a choir, honey. We all know how you work that tongue, and I'm sure you're really good at it, which is why this guy behind you looks so dejected. I bet you turned him down because she's got the good old stuff your tuna hunger is peaked for, am I right?
Those advocates want to change the way I live.
Oh, honey, no. Aren't you just the butchest little thing I've ever seen? Just because one of those advocates may have seen how much you look like Joe from Facts of Life with that mullet hair and that linebacker build, and they hit on you for a hot night of scissoring action, that does not mean they want to change how you live any more than if, this loser hit on you because you remind him of his gym teacher, which says all sorts of fucked up shit about him. They just want in your snatch is all. But it should be taken as a compliment, not an evil attempt at your life, you paranoid, flannel-obsessed tomboy.
I will have no choice.
Look, front girl, giving equality to others doesn't take your choice away. It gives you more choice, if anything. More options, more freedom. If you can't figure that out, then clearly that explains how you were ridiculous enough to think that that hair was a good idea. Good God, it makes you look like you have some kind of Cocker Spaniel ears. In fact, you look like you're one step away from finding a real dog on the other side of your spaghetti noodle, which is probably true, since dogs are all you'll be able to be dating if you stay straight. Face it, honey, straight guys only want girls who look like everything you binge and purge trying to look like, but lots of really hot lesbos would really eat you up.
The storm is coming.
Yeah, and so were you last night, over webcam.
But we have hope.
Now, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. You people have proven to be the most hopeless of all, since you can't differentiate between someone else having freedom and you having your rights taken away. Let me help you here. This is your ass. This is your elbow. Ass, elbow. There will be a pop quiz next week.
A rainbow coalition of people of every creed and color are coming together in love to protect marriage.
Hold the fucking phone. A rainbow coalition. So you're gathering diversity to fight against diversity. Every creed and color coming together, meaning you have sworn off your type's past of racism, yay, and religious intolerance, sort of. But let's keep hating on the gays. And again, protect marriage? Protect it from what? From people who want to get married? Are you so insecure about your marriage's value that you have to fight meaningless battles against invented enemies to stay in some delusion that yours still means something? If so, protect it from your own dumbass.
You guys don't understand. You've already lost. I see a bunch of people that merely want to profess their love for each other and want state law to recognize that. Is that so wrong? I don't think that's so wrong.